keep your hand on your lap. Keep your hand on your lap and keep your body and head straight. And then relax your body and mind. Relax your body and mind, and when you feel relaxed, be aware of the breath around your nostril. Some it is clear somewhere around the nostril. Some it is clear somewhere on the upper lip. So anyway, after making your body and mind calm, be aware of the breath around the nostril. You will see the breath somewhere touching. So when you breathe in, when you breathe out, it touches somewhere. So wherever you feel the breath somewhere around the nostril, you should focus on the breath there. Your object is breath, not the touch. When you practice Anapana meditation, be careful not to focus on the touch, but to focus on the breath, where it is touching. Without the touch, we can't feel the breath. Without the touch, we can't feel the breath. If we feel the breath, it means it is touching. If you feel the breath somewhere, it means it is touching there. So you don't need to find the touch. You need to focus on the breath there. This is the point. This is very important. Many Anapana practitioners, they encounter big problem with Anapana because they emphasize focusing on the touch rather than the breath. Because of this reason, they fed tension, they fed hardness, they fed many dukkha. They encounter many dukkha. So all of you need to focus on the breath, from where it is touching. So to make all of you understand firmly, I will repeat. When we breathe in, when we breathe out, it touches somewhere around the nostril or on the upper lip. If you feel the breath somewhere around the nostril or on the upper lip, it means that it is touching there. So if you feel the breath, it is touching. If there is no touch, you can't feel. If you feel, it means it is touching. That's why you don't need to find the touch. Focus on the breath. Noting in when you breathe in. Noting out when you breathe out. Do you need to breathe strongly? I have told all of you, since we were born, we are breathing naturally and mindfully. Now, you are going to practice meditation just by improving one thing, naturally and unmindfully to naturally and mindfully. There is no any explanation that I have made for all of you to breathe purposely. Let breathe naturally as it is and focus on the breath mindfully. So noting in when you note in when you breathe in, note out when you breathe out. Do you get what I mean? Okay, so when you are practicing Anapana meditation, wandering thoughts will arise. when wandering thoughts arise, you should not pay attention wandering thoughts. You should not follow wandering thoughts too. You should ignore any thoughts, any memory, any objects, except inhaling and exhaling. So, how can we develop concentration? Who can develop concentration? And what is concentration? So concentration means one-pointed mind on one object. Whoever can develop one-pointed mind on one object continuously for a long time, they develop concentration. For that reason, you all need to train your mind to develop one-pointed mind on one object. If it is so, if wandering thoughts arise, if you pay attention to wandering thoughts, can you develop one-pointed mind? Cannot. Okay? For that reason, in practical sense, whenever wandering thoughts arise, you should ignore, just to bring your mind back on the meditation object as quick as possible. So this is the way you all need to train whenever there is wandering thoughts. So after 20 or 30 minutes, you may feel pain or you may feel numb, either left or right side of your knee. So at the beginning, it is a little bit. At the time, you don't need to worry. So when you feel pain, when you feel numb, please don't pay attention on it. At the beginning, it is a little bit. Ignore just by focusing on the breath. So if you can focus well, the pain will reduce. If you can focus well, continuously, longer time, the pain will disappear. But if you can't focus well, continuously, longer time, the pain becomes strong. If it is strong, it will disturb your natural focusing. If it disturbs your natural focusing, you need to change your sitting posture. So how to change? How to change? So you sit like this. You sit like this. So when you need to change, just change like this. Okay? So if you change that way, you will feel better. Can you see me? You can't see. Or in there, can see? Oh, okay, good. So I will show you. You sit like this and you change like this, from back to front. Okay? Or you can change any other posture you think it is suitable for you. But first, you should change this way. This is not a big change. That's why you should do this way, this one first. So change slowly, mindfully, focusing on the breath. And when you do walking, standing, sitting, lying, in every four postures, you all need to maintain focusing just on the breath. The reason is to develop one-pointed mind. Don't pay attention to any bodily action. This is not the way taught by the Buddha. This is the way taught by the teachers of nowadays. This is teachers' traditions. You don't need to do that one. So in every 4 postures, just focus on the breath as much as you can. The purpose is to develop one-pointed mind on one object. But here, all of you need to understand our mind doesn't delight staying with one object. This is the nature of our mind. Now you are going to develop one-pointed mind on one object. So this is completely against our habit, your habit. So the mind that can't stay with one object is untrained mind. Buddha said, I see no other single thing which is unbeneficial as untrained mind. Untrained mind is really unbeneficial. That's why you all need a strong wish to train your mind to be trained mind. The trained minds mean the mind that can do or can take the object that should be with. Now you're going to do that thing. The mind that doesn't want to be with one object, you train it to be the mind that can stay with one object. But at the beginning, everybody will encounter difficulty. Anyway, whenever wandering thoughts arise in you, please don't follow. Bring your mind back on the meditation object as quick as possible. And whenever you have pain, whenever you feel pain, at the beginning it is a little bit. At that time, don't worry and don't pay attention on the pain. Just focus on the breath as usual, ignoring the pain. If you can focus well, the pain will reduce. If you can focus well longer time, the pain will disappear. But if you can't focus well continuously longer time, it will become stronger. If it is strong, it will disturb your natural focusing. The main thing is to focus on the breath. If the pain that is strong disturbs your natural focusing, you need to change your sitting posture. The Buddha never taught to pay attention on the pain. Okay? Buddha never taught. Buddha never instructed to pay attention on the pain. This is the way we have practiced. This is the way many of you have practiced too so. But this is what we all need to avoid. Okay? So in every 4 postures, be mindful on the breath as much as you can. So, now, I think it is good enough for all of you how to practice Anapana meditation. So, now, is there anybody who would like to ask question which you are not clear with Anapana meditation? No questions? So if it is so, now you can continue, right? What is their me time? Okay, good. So if it is so, you have time to practice meditation.